God has placed desires within our heart to make a big impact. We want to live out our purpose and influence others while we're doing it. And to be able to show God's love and goodness in the mix of all of that is the ultimate desire. Sometimes it's hard to know how to channel those desires into something meaningful that actually happens, something that goes beyond just our imagination of what could be. Using your skills to serve others is not only going to help you find your purpose, but it's also going to further the kingdom. If we think about discovering our deeper mission, what does that look like? What really excites you? What motivates you? What makes you feel alive? Think about what causes things to resonate within you deeply, things that you hold on to that are connections for you. God has created you uniquely with a purpose, and He's giving you these desires in your heart to fulfill. When we set goals within our vision and our purpose, we are more likely to accomplish the mission. Making sure those goals align with our values is super important. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit your ways to the Lord, and your plans will be established." When we commit our plans to the Lord and we seek His guidance, He will establish our steps, our path. He sets it before us. Sometimes it is hard to get off of us and onto others. However, when we seek to serve, we are setting ourselves up for the mindset to be able to carry out our purpose and our mission and our desires. Think about how you can use your skills and gifts and talents to help others. 1 Peter 4:10 says, "As each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace." Your skills and talents are a gift from God, and we are designed to use those. But we're not just designed to use them for ourselves. We're designed to use them to help others as well. When we're creating that vision, we want to create one that honors God's call on our life. We want it to be in alignment with Him and who He's called us to be, not just what fulfills our desires and our needs and our internal flesh. Think about how you want to impact others. What does that look like? What is that vision that God has given you in your heart? How can you make your actions line up with that? Aligning your actions with His vision and His purpose for your life. Proverbs 29:18 says, "Where there is no vision, the people will perish." Having that vision set out is going to be so helpful in being able to reach your purpose in life. Think about setting some smart goals for making impact. And when I say smart, I don't just mean intellectual, I mean specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Having these specific goals that are measurable and action oriented, along with relevant and time bound, will allow you to make sure that you are accomplishing the vision that you've set out for yourself. Being intentional and disciplined is going to make sure that you are not just setting out the goal and being the visionary and hoping that it will one day happen, but actually taking the steps to be the integrator and put it into place. Staying grounded in God's word and prayer is going to help you to accomplish that unique purpose that God has given for you, that call that He's put on your life. Regular prayer time, having that Bible time is going to make sure that you are in alignment with what God says, using a kingdom-based way and not a society-based opinion. Asking God how to show you to use your skills and talents and resources in the best way possible. James 1:5 says, "If any of you lack wisdom, to ask it of God who gives it generously to all without approach, and it will be given." God will give us the guidance and the direction. He'll lead our path and He'll give us the wisdom to do the things that are in alignment with His will when we take the time to spend with Him to learn what those things are. And as you're doing all of this, as you're calling out, living out that call on your life, remember to do it with love and compassion. We want to be an example of who Jesus was. It's easy to get caught up in the flesh and to have judgments or opinions that are not biblical based. As you're living out this call, aligning yourself to who God is, who Jesus was, is going to make sure that you are living a call that is led in a kingdom way, not a society-based opinion. Corinthians 16:14 says, "Let all you do be done in love." The Bible talks about faith, hope, and love, but of the greatest of these is love. Jesus was love. When we carry out the mission, whatever that purpose is that God has put on our life, when we live out the call that He has put on our life, we are to be an example of Jesus, who was an ultimate example of love. When you channel your desires, your calling, your purpose, and you put them into meaningful goals, you have a vision that backs that up. You're not only going to fulfill your purpose, you're going to do it in a way that's in alignment with your goals and your values and your beliefs. Using your skills and talents to show God's love in the things that you're good at is going to set you apart. Your uniqueness, God created exactly as He meant to. Now it's your chance to go out there and show the world, to help the world, and to guide them towards Jesus, who gives peace and sound mind.